Welcome back to Land of Late Night. I'm your host, Haley Ringo. Tonight, we have a very talented musician, songwriter. She's an up-and-coming pop star, Jackie Castro, my angel baby. So I'm so excited you're here. We had to make coffee because we were kind of about to fall asleep before this episode, and we're like, we gotta be lit.
I flew in this morning to see this beautiful angel, so.
You got in at like 2:30 a.m. LA time, right?
Woke up 2:30 a.m. LA time.
Oh, you're doing great.
It's been a great day.
You're doing
so good.
You're doing so good.
I told Haley I didn't really know what my name was by the time I got here,
but now she does. Jackie Castro, don't forget it.
Yeah, because I had oat milk for the first time in this amazing latte.
Guys.
And I'm officially in LA.
Yes, you are. And my parents got me this massive, well, I showed you. You knew. She was like, my parents have 3 Nespresso's machine in my house because y'all are so obsessed with them.
Mm-hmm.
But I am a newbie to the Nespresso machine. And it is, I get it. You were like, my parents do like 3 a day. And I've become quite the coffee addict because it's just at my disposal.
I wish I could because I'm like constantly craving the taste, but I get the shakes.
That's why you do decaf.
We do have those also.
That's what you do decaf for, Jackie.
Okay, that's fair.
I'm like, you have no excuse. No, we have, the oat milk. She never tried Oatly. You've never tried Oatly before.
No.
You guys, if you haven't, this is so irrelevant to what we're going to talk about. But like, first things first, if you haven't tried Oatly, that stuff is the shit. It is so good.
It tasted kind of like hot chocolate, but with coffee.
Exactly.
It's a great combo.
Exactly. You wake up in the morning feeling like P. Diddy.
Yeah.
With that hot chocolate mess. Girlfriend. Okay, so I want to get into so many things, but how did you originally start getting into music?
My earliest home videos, I'm like 3 years old, 2 years old, and I'm already writing songs.
I'm gonna need you to send me those.
Staring out the window. I know, my mom
to
has
put in the
them.
episode.
She would just leave me in my playroom, and I'd be like, and today is a beautiful day, and I like the trees. So, been songwriting since I came out of the womb.
Yes.
But started playing guitar when I was 12 years old, actually because of Taylor Swift. I saw Taylor Swift and I was like, this is what I want to do. I really have to credit her a lot. So, learned guitar then, and my brother started singing around the same time.
Okay.
And he was just kind of self-conscious of doing it because he had been a drummer for a while and just was learning how to sing.
Right.
So he would take me around these bars in Dallas to do sets, and I would do 3 Taylor Swift covers, and he would do the rest of it.
Oh my gosh!
Duet Taylor Swift songs.
And how old were you?
I was 12.
That's so sweet.
Yeah. So that was my intro to music, and it was really exciting.
Oh my god. Okay, so then from there, how did you, I know you were in a band with your brothers for a long time, so how did that all form?
Well, okay, so Jason, my oldest brother, went on American Idol the year after we started singing together.
Yes.
12 or 13.
Which is crazy because when you and I met, I told you that I had seen him on the show singing Somewhere Over the Rainbow, and he had dreads. I just remember the dreads. And then I met him at an OU Texas game, but he would never remember this.
Which I think I was there or something.
Yes.
Our paths have crossed so many times.
So many times.
Knowing.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he went on American Idol, and it just kind of opened the doors of, this is actually possible to have a career in music. Even at 12, I was not anywhere near starting a career, but I could see you can do anything you set your mind to.
Yeah.
So that opened the doors for him, and he started, he had a record deal with Atlantic, started touring, all that stuff. So I get to college, grown up a little since then.
Which we both went to UT.
Yeah. So exciting. And so around that time, we started doing covers with my brother Michael.
Okay.
We did a Katy Perry Roar cover that blew up. It was just super random, and everyone was like, why aren't you guys a band? And it was like, oh, why aren't we? Because it just sounded better together. And Jason, I think, was at the point in his career where he didn't like traveling alone. He didn't like being away from he has little girls. So he was just kind of looking for a change, and it all lined up. So I graduated from UT in 2.5 years, and I went straight into my record deal with the band.
Oh my god.
It was crazy. Yeah, it was a very exciting time.
Yeah, graduating in 2.5 years is not a drill. It's not a drill.
It wasn't. I didn't sleep.
Yeah,
That's probably why I didn't meet you. I had no social life. Just doing homework.
Same. I didn't have a social life either because I was like shooting weddings every 5 seconds.
Yes,
and
it's just amazing. You were pursuing your passions too.
So were you, girl. We were meant to be. We had all these cross paths, and now we've realized we have so many mutual friends.
So many more than
and probably more than we. Yeah, we already figured out one.
More.
Yeah, 100%, and which is amazing. And I think God, it's cool how God works that way. Because
Yeah.
it's like you have these times in your life that you remember, and like God puts you in this path that like wasn't the right time, and then you circle back around, and it was like you can see in hindsight like all the ways that like God's orchestrating different things.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
It's crazy.
So you guys were in a band with your brothers, with Michael and Jason, and then at what point did you split off from the band and decide that that was like the best move for you career-wise?
I mean, we had a great couple years of doing that in the sense of professionally it was really going well. Like we got to tour with Andy Grammer and Gavin DeGraw, which was like a huge milestone moment for me because especially Gavin is like an inspiration I grew up with, like in general.
You loved Gavin DeGraw, you were on tour with him for a bit. And what was the band called with your brothers?
Castro,
okay.
So like I was saying, things were going well in that sense and it moved really quickly. I graduated college and we were in the record deal and it was just kind of like, okay, we need a manager, okay, we need a booking agent. We were just like thrown into this thing that we didn't really have time to think through. And also just like being three very different people, the question was always like, who are we? What is our sound? Like what is our purpose and direction? So by the third year maybe, it just got to the point where, especially when you're in a band with your family, like conflict is just easily built in because everything is a decision.
Right.
Like what single do we want to do next? What do we want the artwork to look like? You have three different people with very different opinions. Yeah. It's just like constant. And at first, like we could handle it and it was fine, but by year 3, it was just like a very negative environment. And I think it's really easy to start taking things personally. And so I think a lot of that was going on to where we just weren't happy around each other. Right. And it just got really bad to the point where I was just so unhappy and just sad all the time. And something a friend of mine, Heather, said to me, she was like, you're never stuck. Don't ever believe you're stuck. Because I was like, I have a record deal and we're trying to make another album. And I felt like I was going to let people down. And we had a good thing going, but like, I was so unhappy and she was just like, this is not the best for you and you know that and like it's hard but you can do whatever you want to do, like this isn't it for you. Right. So it was really hard, but ultimately I saw the way it was hurting my family and I was like, at the end of the day I would rather have a family than any kind of successful music career. Like it wasn't worth it anymore and I just knew that. I felt it and it was really hard to walk away from because I did believe a lot in the band and I loved the sound. And I had no idea that I was going to do a solo thing or what that would look like. At the time, all I knew was like, I want to be healthy and I want to be happy and I want my family to like survive this band. Like, what's the point? And I remember having conversations with my dad and he was like, please tell me what the point of this if it's going to hurt you guys. And yeah, it was true. There wasn't any more for me. So hard decision, hard time. I definitely needed to go through some therapy and like process some things.
Amen for therapy.
Yes, amen. But yeah, so that was incredible to leave, not know what I'm doing, and then the following year be like everything laid out perfectly, exactly every step I needed to take. And it was a really quick realization of, oh, yep, this is the right thing. So. Yeah.
Because I think too, obviously when you're unhappy and if your brothers, your just guys aren't meshing well, like then it's gonna come across through your music, through your performances.
It's so hard to create if you're not in a good, safe space.
Right.
And it was getting to that point where it was like uncomfortable to be vulnerable and create. And at that point, it's like, that's not the kind of art I want to make. So I needed to find that freedom for myself to actually fully express myself and feel comfortable and safe and to say whatever. On my heart.
Yeah, and so like getting into that, your writing process and your creativity process, your creative process, what does that look like? Like how do you write songs and where do you pull your inspiration from?
I'll say it's been different in different stages of my life, but in the stage that I left the band and moved to Nashville being like, well, I think I'm going to do music by myself because it's just me now. So I started just literally in my room because I didn't have anyone to write with. Right. It's kind of, you got to build your network back up. I didn't have a deal. I was getting out of my record deal and I was just like, I can't even get in a room right now to write with people. So because of that, I was forced to just be alone in a room with a guitar which I hadn't done as much in the band because we had a bunch of co-writers and all that. So this project started off just me processing my past couple years and like digging out everything I hadn't been able to say.
Yeah.
So it's really cool because the first batch of like 30 songs is just kind of my story since then.
Yeah.
So what it looks like is playing the guitar, humming a melody, and whatever topics on my heart that day, kind of digging into that. But as I'm like writing a lot more now, it's kind of more to what do we feel with the vibe today, and what have I not touched on in a while. It's less, let's write my entire life story, and now it's a little more creative and just more open.
But I love that because it's like every day. Well, first of all, the fact that you said 30 songs, like I know that you probably have just hundreds, but that's what's crazy to me is because like I can't even fathom. I tried to write a song one time and I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. Like,
do you play instruments or
no?
you just
I mean, I like to sing for fun, but like I enjoy writing, but I don't know how to. I don't know how to like structurally write a song.
People ask me how to like explain that. I'm like, I don't know. It just like
I mean, I'm like, do you write the chorus first or the bridge or like you know? And like the melody, that part is what's really cool to me because when you're writing, do you think of the melody first?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm very melody first unless I like have a concept of like a title or something, but still the melody is gonna come first before like concrete lyrics.
Well, and I think it's cool how songs can relate to the masses in like different ways. So like, if you want it, I want it is. I'm saying the chord like you want.
You say it to me all the time.
I know.
If you want it, and I want it, I think that we can get back to where we started, and I promise.
But it's so, I love that song because like in my life, I was going through something specific, like so specific.
Yeah, I'd love to know what it means to other people.
I mean, for me, it was just like a relationship can work if you two both want it, but if one person's in it and the other person's out, like obviously that's not gonna work. And so like no matter what, I think for me, I was like, it doesn't matter what you go through, like you can always like mend things and work through things, but you have to have two willing partners to do that.
Yes.
So that's how I interpret
I love that. I love that for you.
Thank you. I love that for me too. No, but I mean, music is just so therapeutic. And I had this thought the other day too. I think we might have talked about this. Everyone loves music. Mm-hmm. I don't really know anyone that doesn't enjoy music. And people have like different genres they like. But it's so cool that your profession is something that like everyone in the entire world can relate to and like feel.
I think that like the biggest light bulb moment for me in this year of doing it on my own has been realizing kind of the importance of music and what an honor it is to get to do that. There's a specific example, or I wrote this song super just specific to a situation in my life, really personal, like very detailed, where I'm like, other people won't exactly get this or whatever it was. I sent it to a friend and he responded. He was saying that he hadn't felt connected to people in a while and he'd kind of just been pushing away people because he's like, no one gets me, like whatever. And he said, I heard your song and I felt and have thought every single word of it. I've been in the exact same situation that it literally made me realize I'm connected to other humans. And that was like,
wow.
All I was doing was writing about a specific like phone call I had, and then it just made people feel connected to humanity. Like that's crazy. And I think it kind of gave music a bigger purpose for me now. Now when I write, I am really focused on being as honest as I can so that the most people possible can relate to it in a meaningful way. So I feel everything. I know everything I've ever felt way too well. And you were saying how you don't know as well how to process it. Yeah. And that was like a new thing I learned, that some people don't know what to do with their emotions or what they mean and stuff like that. So for me, I feel like I get to be a vessel to like translate, where when you hear a song that says exactly what you feel, you're like, oh, this is what I feel. Yeah. You know, that's super cool to like help people in that way. That's,
what sets you apart from, I think, other musicians too, because not everyone is a songwriter. Like there's tons of musicians that they don't write.
Yeah.
And so it's so personal to you. It
might be my favorite part. Yeah. Like I try to figure out what's my favorite part of being an artist, but it's like, it feels like such a privilege. And I think about like my long-term music career. I don't know where it's going to go. I don't know like what path it's going to take. But at the end of the day, if nothing else were to happen, I would be so fulfilled that I got to write music. Yeah. Because it fills me, and if it touches one person, it's kind of already the dream. Like, it's already what I want to be doing.
Yeah.
So every time I think about that, I'm like, who cares that music is a difficult industry? I'm happy. This is great. Everything's great. But really, it is. That's the gift for me. Is that connecting to people.
For me, like, writing out my thoughts and my feelings, like, I journal almost every day, but I don't write songs, but it's like I have to process things by writing, and so I think it's really cool that you can do that, but then turn it into something that's, like, so beautiful and, like impactful.
Writing sessions are literally therapy. The amount of times I've cried in a writing session, like, I'm really close with my co-writers at this point, so it feels like they know all of my issues.
Right.
But it's like, it's so healthy for me.
Okay, so looking back on your, like, whole musical journey up until now, what has been your proudest moment as an artist?
I think the proudest, because it was the hardest, was actually leaving the band, because I had to trust for the first time that I had value in myself in the band. Like, I kind of always felt like the little sister, the one that was way younger that just got to be around for this. And it was the first time I really owned, like, no, I am an equal party in this, and I believe in what I'm doing. And had no idea who was ever going to write with me. Like, it was literally, I moved to Nashville and was like, okay, I'm here. So it was really scary, but it turned out to be the most rewarding thing of my life, like, actually discovering my voice in writing and being as vulnerable as I have ever been. I'm really proud of that. Because I know that's hard.
That's so hard and so scary, and most people could never do that, you know? Like, you moving to a new place by yourself, you going to write with people you've never met before.
I'm getting anxiety, like, thinking about the month I moved. I was just, like, always stressed out.
I'm like, I'm triggered.
Please, I don't know anyone here. Be my friend.
Oh my God. Well, but it is so scary, and it's a huge deal. Like, and I'm so proud of you just because as I love having people on this show that have just, like, taken such initiative to make their dreams happen, because the whole point, like, I want people to watch this show and feel inspired, and your whole story is so inspiring, because, like, it is so especially scary to step away from family and to, like, trust that, like, you know, in your own ability, because you are so extremely talented, but it is, even in that, it's still scary. Like, success can be scary sometimes too, and then not knowing anybody, but, like, guys, but you can do it. She's doing it, and you're doing amazing.
Thanks.
So you
trying.
No,
doing all the things.
You are. Even, like, everything. I think I said this too when we talked. Like, your music videos, everything looks so professional and so good.
So that, I would say that's, like, been the most exciting thing about switching to being a solo artist is, for the first time in my life, I pick every color, I pick every font, I visualize everything when I go to bed after I write a song of what the video is gonna look like. I'm super, like, anal and OCD about details, so, like, to get to see everything come to life has been so cool and just so much more valuable, because it's, like, actually me. Like, this is 100% the insides of my brain, and also an independent artist fully funded by me. So it's like, this is my blood, sweat, and tears. And I think that's going to be really rewarding, is knowing I actually gave it my all and my whole bank account, so.
And, like, literally all of my money is gone,
so.
But I'm still afloat and I'm still surviving.
And I'm happy.
Yeah, and that's what's great.
Now. Yeah.
Like, and it does matter. Like, your happiness matters, and I think, like we said earlier, like, if you're doing something and you're just super unhappy, it's, like, probably not the right path. Like, or maybe it is, but it's just not the right path within the.
And even if success is coming to you in that unhappiness, because that's what was happening with me. I was like, but this is still going well. Like, I have a record deal, I have some money. Like, it kind of would have been the safer, easier way to go. But I was like, I want to be happy. I want a good life. I want the best life. And for me, that was the step that needed to happen.
And props to you. Because, again, people settle all the time, and that's something that's, like, my grandpa always used to say, you get what you settle for. And so, like, yes, the easier option and the less scary option would have been you staying. The easier option in the sense of, like, it was more comfortable, but it was at the cost of your happiness and your joy, and that's never worth it.
And it's that I will never forget that lesson. Nothing is ever worth your joy.
Yeah. So anyways, amen to that.
Amen
and
to
if you're
that.
taking anything over this episode, it's just nothing is worth sacrificing your joy over and your happiness.
Just take the scary steps.
Yeah.
There's always a plan. And I said, when I moved, I got an amazing job instantly that I can do with my music. That's full-time salary. Like, I didn't think I was going to get that. I had a producer that I met on tour once reached out saying, I want to record your album. And I'm like, what album? I don't even know what artist I am. It's just stuff like that. That's like, if you feel it in your gut, you need to make the change. Like, trust that.
That the universe has got your back, and God's got your back.
Got it.
Got it. You got it. I'm always like, God, you got it. You got my back. I know you have some songs coming out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're going on like a mini tour.
Yeah.
So tell me like all the things that are coming up.
So, I think I'm most excited about touring, and releasing music, so that's not one or the other. But touring, because I think right now my goal is to just get in front of more people. Because right now I can access my fans and I can put these songs out, but I'm like ready for more people to hear this. So I'm excited to start. We have a show in New York City and in Austin. I don't know the other ones I'm allowed to announce.
Oh, I'm like,
Austin,
New York City.
Some other places. And then also about the music, because I have an album ready to go. It's, again, being an independent artist, I have to fund it. So it's kind of like taking the steps as I go. But I'm super excited about the music. I'm between 2 songs right now.
Okay.
One I want to do is like a duet, and one is like about mental health. So I'm excited about both.
Totally opposite spectrums, but we love
Yeah,
both.
one's like a love song duet, and one's like, I hate myself sometimes. Like, so yes, touring, going to as many places as I can, and taking literally every opportunity right now that I have. It's just exciting. This is the time in my life to do it.
Yeah.
I'm ready to see it pay off.
And it will.
Great.
It already is. Like, it
Oh,
will.
yeah.
And I think that's how you know. One, you made a good point of like always trust your gut instinct even when it's scary, because it can feel like you're jumping off of a cliff. But like I just really believe like your gut instinct is like God speaking to you on like a deep level.
Yeah.
And you have to trust that. And in my life personally, like every time I've trusted that, it always pays off, and God always shows up and is like, yeah, and then doors open. So like you know, and it's times when I haven't trusted that gut instinct and I go back and I'm like, I should have done that. Like I knew all along and I didn't do that, but it's, you know, now, like with the people you've met for the music videos and people that have been helping out along the way, and people that you write with now, it's like all these doors are opening because you made that step and you took that leap of faith. And like having vision for something in life is not like what you can see. You know what I mean? Like vision's what you see when your eyes are closed, right? And so for you, like I feel, and I feel like you feel, and you know that your career is literally gonna explode and just starting right now, but there's so much in the works and so much to happen.
We've been planting seeds for a long time, and it is cool, like seeing the little things bloom, and just things that I couldn't have predicted how they're gonna turn out are already coming to, like I didn't even think I'd be playing a full show with my own songs at this point in the year. Just because a year ago I didn't have that. So excited. Trust the process.
Trust the process. It's a journey. It's a ride, and it's a fun one. But it's like when you let go, and this is me preaching to myself. When you let go of like trying to control that timing in that process.
Oh, amen.
Amen. That's when like the real freedom comes, and you actually can be happy and enjoy it.
Yeah, I will say there was a time where I, like, before I was gonna move, I was getting anxiety attacks, like, every day, because I was like, how's this gonna work? I have no idea what I'm doing, like, and it was, again, stealing my joy, until I was finally like, what am I doing? Like, I'm either gonna do this and be joyful and not worry about things, or go back to the same pattern I was feeling, and the second I stopped worrying, I was like, oh, every door opens, like, it's just how it works.
It is.
The second you stop worrying and, like, have faith that you're where you're supposed to be.
Yeah.
That's so much easier.
You need to read this book called The Universe Has Got Your Back.
Okay.
I did the audiobook of it. It's so good. You guys need to listen to it. I have Audible, so I like when I edit and stuff, I'll listen to audiobooks. It's so good, and there's so many powerful messages in it. And she talks a lot in one chapter about like how God doesn't want us to live this like unhappy life. Like life, yes, you're gonna have suffering and sorrow at times, but overall, like He doesn't want us to feel that. And so like but you have to trust that like it's all gonna work out.
I think that's the key thing. It's like the second you let go of, I need to know exactly how this is gonna work out and when it's gonna work out, and you just stop and trust, then it happens.
Trust
It's really so simple, and we forget every time.
I know.
It's
It's an everyday thing for me. I'm like, and today I'm gonna wake up and meditate and pray
Yeah.
and center myself and
Oh,
know that it's all
man.
gonna be okay.
I've been all about that meditating lately, and it is
Same.
doing wonders.
I got Headspace and I'm on like day 8
Yeah.
and it's literally doing wonders. I'm like, oh my god, I'm so much more
It's
calm.
amazing. Yeah.
It is. But yeah, life is fun. It's a journey and it's just really cool. I'm just really inspired by you and proud of you for doing what's scary.
Thanks.
Because it is paying off and
There
it's
were a couple tears in the process.
I mean,
but-
there has to be.
Oh, man.
There has to be. That's where growth happens,
Yeah.
is in the unknown and you grow. I really think, and I hear this a lot, is like when you're called to something really great in life, like there's going to be a lot of trials too, because you have to be built up for like the bigger things. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So, you know, if you're called to, I don't know, like metaphorically lead an army of thousands of men, like, you know, God's not just gonna like throw you into that immediately. You're gonna have to go through a lot of things that are gonna prepare you for that. But I think this is how I look at it, is like every trial and every tribulation that I go through is preparing me for the next season and for something bigger and better that's coming up, that had I not gone through these past experiences, I wouldn't be prepared for
Oh, for
the
sure.
next season.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
Believe that.
I just love you.
I love you too.
This
And
is-
I'm so excited we're hanging out the rest of the
I
day.
know. We have a whole night planned together. Oh my god. No, but seriously, you're so inspiring. I'm so freaking proud of you.
Thanks.
And I want everyone to follow everything you do. So I want you to plug yourself up into this camera and just let people know how they can find your music, how they can follow you on
Yes.
Instagram, all the things.
All my socials are at the Jackie Castro. My music's available on everywhere: Spotify, Apple, Amazon. I have 3 songs out right now: You Want It, I Want It, Romanticize, and Hourglass. So go listen.
Yes.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming on the show. I'm so excited. It's so cool that we met and like all of our weird connections, and God brought our paths together right now. So
Amazing.
it's
Thank you
meant
for
to
my
be.
oat milk latte.
You're welcome. We
Try
are
it.
lit now because we woke up. We're woke.
Ready.
We're ready. We're ready to party. Okay, you guys, every week, Wednesday night, 8 p.m., I'll be releasing a new episode of Landed Late Night. So make sure to subscribe to this channel and click the notifications tab so you know every time a new episode is live. We love you guys. Check it out. We hope y'all are inspired by this, and we hope you have a fabulous, kick-ass week, y'all. Bye.
Bye.